Well, we're moving on down, to the basement, to a deluxe studio underground. We're moving on down, to the basement. We finally got a place of our own. No more bedsheet blue screen. It is now big and green. Lighting so much better. It really has to be seen. Julie's now really happy. Jacob just kinda blah. Jeff don't care, he was fine either way. Mrs. Dad just says, well, we're moving on down, to the basement, to a deluxe studio underground. We're moving on down, to the basement. We finally got a place of our own.
Good morning, Briquettis, and
Good morning,
Friday.
Briquettis.
Happy Friday it is.
Woo-hoo.
SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket wins fourth moon lander launch contract. SpaceX continues to dominate the global commercial launch market in Earth orbit and beyond. It has secured its fourth moon lander launch contract.
Whoa.
Awarded by Maston Space Systems, SpaceX's new launch contract will see it send the first XL-1 moon lander on its way to the lunar South Pole no earlier than 2022. The mission was funded by NASA under the agency's new commercial lunar payload services initiative in April 2020.
Whoa,
awarding
that's
Maston
April.
awarding Maston about $76 million to design, build, launch, and land its XL-1 spacecraft on the moon. Maston has been developing XL-1 on and off with NASA for at least 5 years, resulting in a relatively mature design, but very little hardware built. Already based on the lone render released alongside NASA's contract award, Maston has substantially changed the structural layout of XL-1, though it's safe to assume that most of its critical systems will remain the same. Now that we're done with that news,
Wait. Can I say this to everybody?
I was just going to ask if you wanted to share the news.
Okay, everybody.
Do we want to talk about the second segment first, or do we want to talk about the news first? The news that we're going to share.
News.
All right.
Ready? Everybody, you're going to need a tissue for this. It's pretty sad. I have my flu, so I don't need a tissue. I also have Clorox wipes.
I don't think those are good to wipe tears with, though.
I have a script in front of me.
Yeah.
Okay, now that you have your tissues, here we go. Now, this is the last episode for a weekly episode. We will be now having...
You mean for a daily episode?
A daily episode. We will now, from this episode on, we won't record on Monday, whatever. We'll only record one episode a week, but it will be like 40 minutes long.
Yeah, so it depends on how you want to look at it. You can look at it like, oh man, what am I going to do without my daily dose of Good Morning Briquettis?
It's because of school. Blame them.
Or it's because of what?
Blame the FCPS.
Yeah, I don't blame school. It's because Fairfax County requires that Jacob, our writer and producer, be educated. How ridiculous is that?
At 7:15 in the morning.
My goodness, what in the world are they thinking? Do they not know we have a show?
They don't.
Our
full subscribers need to spread the word.
I'm appalled personally, but what can you do? You gotta do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah.
So again, you can look at it in a negative sense and say, well, I don't get to watch Good Morning Briquettis every day, and man, I'm gonna miss listening to Mrs. Bear's growl. But on the plus side, our plans are to increase Good Morning Briquettis to about a 20 to 30 minute show once per week. So instead of having just a second segment, we may have a third segment.
More than a third segment.
And maybe
it's going to at least have to be like 4 segments.
Maybe we'll throw a 4th segment.
Should we have the news of the week?
And we're thinking about doing Briquetti news only as opposed to national news, since we'll just have one day. And we could just share the Briquetti news of the week which I think probably our 4 subscribers are more interested in anyway. And then we can maybe throw in some interviews about what happened during the week. We can throw in some gardening with Julie's, although once it gets a little colder, that might be difficult. Like, we can throw in a whole bunch of fan favorite segments. We can maybe draw some pictures, do all kinds of things like that, and have some fun. So this isn't a goodbye. This is just a reformatting of our show to make it a little bit more condensed, and to alleviate the pressure on Jacob putting all the work in creating this show, so he can actually go to school and learn.
The reason is because Jacob...
I just said what the reason is.
No, the reason we're doing this is because of Jacob's schedule. FCPS is making Jacob go to school, and then he ends at 2:15. You're not done with school till 3 something.
Yep.
And by 3 o'clock, Jacob on some days by 3 o'clock, he has to be going to gymnastics.
Yep.
Well, he has to get ready to go to gymnastics. And then he does not get home till like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock at night. And yeah.
It's a very aggressive schedule.
If we did this one, then we'd have to do another one and another one. It would never stop. It's a very aggressive schedule.
Yes. Let's say Teen Titans Go, our 200th episode. One episode a week is a very aggressive schedule. Should we play that clip?
Maybe.
We've been working non-stop for 100 episodes. It's a very aggressive schedule.
All right. So anyway, that's that for that, guys. On to the second segment. We had an interview with Eric about his haircut.
Eric got a haircut?
He did. He did.
Wow!
He has less hair than you now.
Wow!
I know. Be warned, Eric is not the best interviewee. All right? So you don't learn much information, but you get to see Eric not playing video games.
That's why we played the Peppa Pig intro.
With less hair. Yeah. So anyway, that's coming up next on Good Morning Briquettis. Now let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Okay, let's go to the intro for the interview. I love saying those words.
Mm-hmm.
A full episode, or not a full episode, but...
You're ruining the moment, Mrs. Bear.
Okay, let's go to the intro for the interview. Ah!
Having you on the show. Anyway, as you probably can tell, Eric had a little bit of a change. He lost about 10 pounds this morning because we took him to go get his hair cut. And we wanted to talk about what that feels like. So,
you don't feel anything when getting a haircut.
What about when they get your hair and they do this? You don't feel that?
I'm feeling emotional.
I'm not saying you have to feel emotional.
I'm crying. You're cutting my hair.
But sometimes if your hair is really long how it was and then you get it cut off, sometimes the air flows more, your head's a little colder. You just feel different. You don't feel different at all?
I didn't feel anything.
Okay. Do you like having shorter hair now?
Mm-mm.
Did you like having long hair? Yes or no?
I say I don't know if I don't know.
So did you refused to go out and you wanted to get your hair cut before school. So that leads me to believe you didn't like your long hair. Is that true? It's true. He hated his long hair. And I don't know if he hated it necessarily, but he was embarrassed by it, so he didn't want to be seen with it. So, how long did it take her to cut your hair? Eric. That's what the interview pillow is for. Eric, sit up, buddy. Eric, sit up. I'm gonna tickle you. It's a new segment called Tickling Eric. You can answer questions?
Hey, Eric, you're not giving you V-Bucks if you don't pay attention.
Okay.
That was the deal, wasn't it?
I just got my V-Bucks.
Eric says he's gonna pay it, or he's gonna answer questions now. So, how long did it take her to? How long did it take her to cut your hair? Do you think?
I don't know.
It took about a half an hour. She had to go in layers. She had to take. Ow! Ow! God!
What the interview pillows for?
Okay. I thought it broke, but the interview pillow was okay. It just looks like it broke. So, director's telling us to stop it.
No.
Stop. Sit down. All right, so anyway, it took about a half an hour. She had to go in layers. She had to take a little bit off the top, then a little bit more, then a little bit more. She had to put clips in his hair. I've got pictures of all this stuff. We're going to see. I don't have any video, unfortunately, but we have some pictures. We'll also see before and after pictures, and I'm thinking about throwing the picture of Eric way before during the Peppa Pig intro in there.
I'm Tigger Booketti. This is my little brother Eric. This is Mommy Booketti. This is Daddy Booketti.
And then we'll see what he was like before the haircut, and we'll see what he was like after the haircut. So, Eric, you got anything else to add?
I gotta sleep.
All right, Eric's got to sleep. Oh, I was being told to wrap it up, and then I was being told to make it go further. So, that being said, we have to make this go a little bit longer. So, you know what that means? Eric, sit down. Sit down. That's what that means.
The director is murdering me.
No, he's not.
Murderer.
No, he's not. Yeah, so anyway, I don't really have much more to talk about the haircut. I think we could just show some pictures and make it go a little bit longer. What do you think about that, director? Ask him a question. What are you going to do tomorrow all day?
Sleep.
You're going to sleep all day? That's not what I heard. Eric is going to play Fortnite all day tomorrow. Will you stop it? Sit up. Sit up. We're being told to stop fighting. Stop it. I'm going to tickle you again. All right. So, what are you going to do tomorrow?
Sleep.
What else other than sleep?
Wake up and go back to sleep.
Director just got mad over there. If you heard him pound the table, that was Jacob getting very upset with Eric for not answering. And you can see Jacob is actually quite mad at us, but he's cracking up right now because he thinks it's funny. Eric. Okay. I think we need to wrap this up. This has been the world's worst interview ever. All right. So we just got one more thing to say. Say it, Eric. I'll get you.
Can I join in?
I'll give you 1,000 V-Bucks if you say it.
Really?
Yeah. Say it.
Lie.
We got one more thing to say.
And that is Good Morning Booketti.
You were right. I was lying.
Good morning, Booketti.